You do not love him. You love his potential, you love the ideas of him that you've created in your head, and your ego loves to think that maybe one day he will change for you. I am sorry if this hurts you, but you choosing him is you abandoning yourself. Because every time he hurts you and you don't leave, you are literally betraying yourself. You have romanticized an ideal version of him so much that now you don't even realize that the person in front of you is not even the person you're actually in love with, because you're in love with the stories in your head. Yet you continue to stay no matter how he treats you, forgiving him in hopes that maybe if you keep forgiving him, one day he will wake up and he will feel like he owes it to you to change. And then all of this pain would have been worth it. I hate to break it to you, but that day won't come. This is not a movie. He knows what you want. He just refuses to make that change for you. Because now you have actually told him through your actions that no matter how much he hurts you, no matter how badly he treats you, you are not gonna go anywhere. Now he's taking you for granted because you've shown him that he can. He is not gonna change because there is no reason for him to. You've dropped your standards so low that in his eyes you're not even worth changing for anymore. He's not even getting the chase. And can you blame him? You're not choosing yourself, so why should somebody else? Listen, if you've told him, if you've actually truly communicated with him on what matters to you, what doesn't matter to you, what hurts you, and still nothing has changed, he couldn't be more loud and clear about how he sees you. How literally he does not care at all about you or about how his actions hurt you. However, now he does have a card to play because when you actually have had enough and you finally decide to take the leap and leave him, he will do the easiest thing possible for him to do out of the list of things that you've told him and begged him a million times to change, and you'll stay thinking,
he's changed. I knew my love could change him.
Are you for real? Girl, don't you think that his motive for changing should have been your happiness and not the fact that you were threatening to break up? I know, I understand it's a slippery slope and that the reason you can't leave is because you're addicted to the chaos, to the unpredictability, to the hurt, but this is the best time to look at your own self. Your relationship is literally the biggest mirror to your own inner conscious self. It will show you how you treat yourself. Every time you go through hell and back, crying your eyes out, promising to every single person, including yourself, that this is the limit and you've finally had it up to here and now's the time that you're finally done with the man, and then one good morning text and you're back. You're confusing your own self. You are increasing your own threshold for pain and for shitty treatment. And you're agreeing with him that you don't deserve a better treatment, because if you truly believed you were worth more, you wouldn't have possibly stayed after all the pain you just endured. And you definitely wouldn't be gushing about the bare minimum. He opened your doors, so he paid the bill. So these are the bare minimum things. Girl, 2 words, bare minimum. It's okay. I know you're used to the chaos and you don't truly believe that you're worthy of the love that you're asking from him, but that's still not a reason to stay. You believed that, yes, but it doesn't have to be true anymore. Your actions can either reaffirm or literally end your beliefs. You have to understand that it's a high to chase and wish and hope and beg. It is not love. It is addiction to the pain. It is the high you get. But you have to understand that nothing changes if nothing changes, and he's made it clear that he's not gonna be the one who changes. So it has to be you. You have to be the one that puts an end to this twisted, toxic cycle. You deserve to be loved in ways that you dream of. You deserve to be with somebody who asks you, who wants to know what makes you happy so he can go out of his way and do that for you. Because when I tell you, men know what to do, okay? This guy who's not lifting a finger for you, he will do everything that you begged for somebody he actually wants to do that for. So you too deserve somebody who wants to know what makes you happy so he can go out of his way and do it for you. But before that, you have to get comfortable receiving such treatment. You have to get familiar with the feeling of being loved. And how do you do that? You do that by exposing yourself to the love that you want, by giving yourself, your own self, the treatment that you ask for. You want him to ask how your day went, but when was the last time that you sat and asked yourself the same question? You hate when he's on the phone when you're trying to have a conversation, but don't you see yourself doom scrolling till you're asleep so that you don't have to deal with your own inner thoughts? You want him to make changes for you, but when was the last time that you made a change for you? That's okay, but start the change now. Become the change by choosing yourself. Refuse to fall for his stories and instead start learning to focus on the actions and not just the promises. Because making promises isn't hard, sticking to them is. You should know you do that all the time. Again, the way to change is to start with yourself and to start keeping the promises that you make yourself. And you can start watching how your energy rises, how your self-worth rises, how amazing it truly feels when your action align with your promises. And it is when you actually get familiar with the feeling of this new self-respect, this new reality where promises are kept, where treatment is given, where love is showered, you will start attracting the right relationships for you that mirror this new reality of yours. No matter if you've been together for 2 days, 2 months, or 2 years, now is the perfect time to break free of anything that hurts you, anything that doesn't serve you, anyone that doesn't leave you happier than they found you. You're so familiar with the chaos because maybe you grew up in a family where chaos was very normal that now you think that this is the only possibility. But there's more, and access to that comes through your actions. It starts showing up when you start showing up for yourself. When you put your needs and your demands and your standards over your fears and over your people pleasing. Yes, it's gonna hurt when you let them go, but it's okay. Feel the pain because it is a loss. Feel the remorse, then let it go. Just because the loss makes you sad doesn't mean it wasn't necessary for your happiness. True love does exist, but that's you. You're the only person in your life that deserves second, third, and fourth chances. For others, you need to have an extremely low tolerance for bullshit if you want to live a happy life. The very fact that at times you want to break up and at times you have these breakdowns is a cry from your soul. It is a cry from your inner conscious that knows you deserve better, that knows you need to have more and not just this. It keeps nudging you to leave, but because of your scarce mindset, you think that if you leave, there will either not be any more options for you, or worse, that you will find people, but then you will have to go through this pain all over again and you will have to trust again and possibly get heartbroken again. That's fair. Maybe that's all you saw as a child. Maybe that's all you're familiar with, but that is not the entire world. You haven't seen the entire world. It's fair for you to worry, but it is pointless because once you start working on yourself, you start trusting yourself a little bit more every single time. You start raising your standards a little bit more every single time. You get more comfortable leaving places, leaving situations, leaving people that hurt you. So as you grow and you learn and you make these mistakes and you learn from these mistakes, you grow into a person that makes better choices and meets better people. You don't just settle for anybody because now you know what your energy is actually worthy of. And as you continue to choose yourself, there will come a point where the kind of people that you're right now with, they won't even energetically align to you. They won't even come into your reality. You won't be attracted to them because you're no longer attracted to the hurt. And even if you find somebody, you're no longer there from a place of extreme dependency because you know even if you lose them, you will never lose yourself because you have already started the work of finding yourself. You understand that access to you is a privilege. You understand that your very existence makes you worthy, and the very fact that you're alive makes you worthy. If somebody did have access to you, you know why they have that access, and you know you can revoke it at the first sign of bullshit. I hope this video will help you finally make the change that you already know. It was never a matter of not knowing. You already knew. Your soul already knows. It's just a matter of you finally taking the action and you finally leaving all the fairy tales and all the stories that you keep telling yourself to idealize this version of this person. That's not even true. None of that is true. You're just making up stories in your head so that you stay here, so that you keep staying in this chaos. So now's the time to get rid of all those stories and see things for what they truly are. See that person for what he truly is and take the decision. Choose yourself. Stop abandoning yourself. Stop being unpredictable for yourself. If you say you're going to leave him, then you're going to leave him. I have been in your shoes way too many times to know that it is easier said than done and it's going to hurt a little bit. But I've also been out of those shoes long enough to tell you that not only is it possible, but it's literally the best thing you can do for your growth, for your development, and for a better life altogether. Because now, even if you're left alone for a while, you're not lonely. But when you were with that person, even though you were with the person, you were lonely all the time. Because lonely is a state, and now that state does not exist anymore because you always have yourself to fall back on. You always have yourself to get the treatment that you want. You always stick to your promises. You always keep your standards high because you're the one creating those standards and you're the one sticking to them. So nothing lower is acceptable in your reality. You don't care about leaving people who don't treat you right because you know nothing is a loss in your life as long as you have yourself. So it's time to own your power power because you have it. Even if you don't realize it now, even if you don't feel like it now, still act from this energy. Act from this place of knowing that you deserve more and you can have more. Because when you act from this place, it's gonna show up and you're gonna realize it was always there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you. If it did, I would love for you to subscribe and comment down below what part resonated with you the most. I'm so glad you made it to the end of this video. I truly hope you start taking your power back, and I will see you in the next one.